We're getting towards the end of this conversion, and now we're on to doing the interior a little bit. And it could be interesting for you guys, because this is like a 300 TDI TD5 type of floor with a plastic cover. What I've been doing during the virus flu thing is I've been sort of putting these, making up these little kits for floor screws. So I'm going to actually use one of my own kits to put this floor into here. Now they use the original type fittings. This is all OEM stuff. The only thing I changed was the washers to stainless steel. I'm going to do another variant of a kit with the screws in stainless, but these are plated ones, which, you know, at the time I didn't have the stainless ones, but we'll see how they go. And I also got all the plastic nuts in there, the nut inserts, so I'm going to try it on this and see if it's good, if it's bad, or if it's got everything. I might be missing some bits, you see. Right, that's that bit. Next. Last night I sprayed the floor plates with a stone chip, rocker guard or sill protector or whatever you want to call it. Kind of hard wearing and will dull the noise a little bit. And then I painted the other side with a brush. Why didn't I spray it? What's the point? It's got a textured finish. And I just brushed it, and I think it looks kind of reasonable. It took ages to dry though. So that's that. Again, this is all experimental. The other experimental thing I'm going to do is this cover. Now this isn't all what it seems, because I made these in fiberglass. A friend of mine made a mould, and then the idea was, because we were going to do this GM Vortex conversion, we didn't know where the gear stick hole was going to be. So what we could do is cut this and move it forward, move it back, left, right, or it doesn't really matter, according to the GM box. Well, lo and behold, we didn't have to do that, it comes out the same place. Now, he did these white, so I'll just give this a quick shoot of black paint, and it's supposed to be satin, but it hasn't dried, so I don't know how we're going to go on with this video. It might take all day. Other thing, it hasn't got the plastic, how do we say plastic, the foam insulation inside, so I thought as an experiment I'll put a little bit of kill mat in it and see if that works. Now so far I don't think it really sticks very well to fiberglass. We shall see, because the thing is with this project, well, I'll put that down a minute. The thing is with this project is that when they made the shaft for the transfer case, made it just a little bit too small, so they're going to send me another one free of charge to replace it. So that means I've got to take the floor out again, which is why I'm putting all brand new fittings in this. Alright, so that's the reason why. So I've got to take it out again to drop the transfer case off. Well, not all the floor, but just that black plastic cover. And then we can have a look if that works. If it doesn't work, I shall simply stick some thick closed cell foam. Actually over here we have camping mat. You know, like a camping roll, and that's closed cell foam, and it's about 3/4 of an inch thick, or 19mm thick, so it's quite good stuff. So first thing we're going to do is have a look at the linkage that I made for the high and low, so it gives you some ideas of what you can do. And what else are we going to have a look at? Oh, the high-low warning light. Make sure we've got all the wires on, and because I've run, instead of putting the wires through the chassis as you usually do on a Defender, on this one I put them across the top, but in a big thick solid cable. Instead of running individual wires, I think I've got about a 12 core wire in rubber at the top. Now I did put it in some plastic, some sheathing to protect it, but obviously over this project's been going on for nearly 2 years. Because I've been adding wires, taking in different engines and things like this, I'm just going to make sure that it's all correctly mounted to the chassis with cable ties or P-clips. I shall show you what P-clip, we call them something else, but these things here, you see? Now these are plastic. I would prefer them metal with a, you know, with a rubber insert, but yeah, I couldn't get them here. We could get loads of these, so I thought, well, we'll give these a go. And anything, absolutely anything is better than nothing. So we'll get that set up, and then we'll have a look at this linkage. Right, yo, here is the shift mechanism. You will see instantly that the gear stick is behind the high and low. Not a big deal, but look at the position of my knob compared to my seat and my steering wheel. It's perfect, and it's got a very short throw. See what I mean? Good. So what I did was I made I messed about for ages with this. I made a steel bracket to go between this plasticky bit and then, now there's some dowel holes in there for location, so that's cut out for the dowel holes. And that's, I was thinking about making it out of aluminium, but when I looked at it I thought, oh, steel's going to be a little bit stronger, and it was easy to weld. So all I did was raise it up, cut it back at an angle so you could get this pin in here. You know, there's a clip. Yeah, that's on. And then welded in a captive nut so you could put the eye on for the adjustment, because this eye is very critical for setting the adjustment for your diff lock, and as you can see it works perfect. See, look at that. So that's in neutral. Now one thing I did notice when I came to look at that this morning is, yeah, I mentioned about the diff lock, and I just put that wire on last night, and it's a Brit part 1, the terminal came off. So that's why when I was driving, I took it for a little spin up the road, and last night the diff lock light came on. I thought, oh shit. But anyway, it's just that, so I'm going to take that out and put another switch in. I don't know if I can solder that on. I might have a go at soldering it. But anyway, that was it. That's quite easy to make. I don't know if you can see it down here at the angle. Yeah, you see I put a little angle on here. At first I made it square and I realised I couldn't get the clip in at the back. And I had to put a piece in here just to move that linkage forward. But otherwise it's exactly the same. And I think it looks quite neat, you know. So that's what we're going to do. So again, there was those P-clips I was talking about, but I couldn't get any. So we're going to make sure that these are all nicely fastened down. Inside here is all my cables going front to back. This one is another auxiliary cable that goes to a box in the back of here for speakers and rubbish like that. And yeah, the fluid fills for the transmission are here, and the drain is there, so that's kind of easy to access. So like I say, I will get this floor in. I've already got a couple. This has been done for nearly 2 years, this thing, messing about and waiting. So I'm going to put some rust killer on here, because when we were drilling holes and things like that rust sits, you know, like on the top of the chassis, you know, when you're doing drilling and stuff like that. It's a good idea to blow it off straight away. Right, let's have a look at the other side. Ah, there's a thing I forgot to do. I forgot to put this switch here is for the reverse switch, so I've got to put a wire on there. I've got these wires here, these pipes here to tie up. They're the fuel pipes. Yeah, this one here is especially, I've got to bring all that lot and tie it. This is a breather. Oh no, that's a speedo, sorry. That's the speedo, should be clipped into there. What the hell that one is. On this GM project there was an awful lot of wires left over. Yeah, so not too bad. So that gives you an idea what it looks like. Now pay attention that this plastic is offset, if you see what I mean. It's not quite in the middle, but it'll do alright. It'll be fine. Right, so better get to work. Now before I put the floor in, I have a problem. This is the reverse switch for the gearbox, and it's very, very close. It's going to be very close to the wall of the transmission tunnel with the plug on. Well, may work out in our advantage, because I've lost the plug but inside there's two little contacts, So I'm going to shave off this here and see if we can get to the contacts. I'll solder two wires on long enough to go to the connections inside the car, so that should work out quite nice, I hope. Well, I sort of did the reverse switch. I soldered the connectors onto the brass contact, wrapped it with tape and then filled it with epoxy. So hopefully that's okay. I haven't worked out what the length is yet, but it shouldn't get water into it. Should be alright. Now, what was the other problem? Oh yeah, this thing here. This was the diff lock switch, and you can probably see there the little tiny pins. Let's turn that one round a bit there. Probably you can see. They're just to say tapped over, and you know, for the contact, it's really pathetic. Could you solder it on? I don't know, because there isn't a great deal of surface there to bite onto. Very poor switch. Kaput. So, I'm off downtown now to do some shopping because I need, wait a minute, I need some foam strip to go under here, and I haven't got any left. Well, the stuff I have got left has got no sticky on it anymore. It's all gone off. So I'll pop downtown, I'll come back and we'll start to put this floor in. Right, back from the shops. Here's something interesting. I got this stuff. This is for doors and windows and stuff like this, and it's excellent stuff because it's closed cell foam. What's the difference between open cell foam and closed cell foam? Well, I'm going to open this packet and I'll show you what closed cell foam is. But look at this. It's polar bear. And it's actually probably made by polar bears because I've made a paw print on here. And it was made here in jolly old Quebec, not in China. Try and support your local industries wherever possible. It's really important, because otherwise we won't have anything in a few years. So what's the difference between closed cell foam and open cell foam? Well, if I can get a bit off, I'll tell you. Right, wait a minute. Oh, God, by God, the glue's good. Oh, come off. Wait a minute. I'm going to have to pause this. Wait a minute, I can't get it off. Good glue. Back again. Right. This is what's called closed cell foam. It's very tightly packed. And this is a perfect size for Land Rovers. It's, well, I'll get a packet here. Oh, wait a minute, I can see. It's 4.8mm, I'm reading off the packet, by 31.75. That's 3/16 by 1.25 inches in good money. And the thing about the closed cell foam is it will not absorb water. It is not like a sponge, all right? That's very important for Land Rovers because the last thing you want is it to absorb water. This, on the other hand, is open cell foam, and it is like a sponge. So we don't use this. We use this on certain occasions, but you don't want anything that's going to absorb water between your floor plate and the rest of the bulkheads and stuff like that, because it will soak water in and cause it to rust. So let me move the camera and I'll try and film this. It's going to be really tricky. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I know when I was doing the door sealers you were looking at my back, but see the pickup, how am I going to get a camera in there? Or maybe I should get a little drone. Anyway, let's see how it would go.